Not like that though. Let's back up a little bit. Hi, I'm Tanisha, or Tanisha Cherie, and this is Life with Cherie. Last year, I left my entire life in Kansas City and moved to Portland, Oregon with no plan or nothing, just a backpack and a good old duffel bag. I was in the foster care system and I aged out at 18, and so ever since I've been on my own, I've just been in survival mode. I thought that my escape would be Wilmington, North Carolina, because I just feel like I've lived in chaos my entire life. So it just always seemed peaceful to me. Portland was never my number one place. It was kind of like top 3, if I say. I want to say in early 2025, probably even like late 2024, life just kind of started piling up on me a lot. I was facing eviction. I was losing my car. My car was breaking down, and it was a car that I hadn't even paid off yet. It was getting into debt. I had done really well with credit cards up until, I want to say, 2024, 2025, and then it just kind of became, I used those to kind of help me with life. At 33 years old, I just feel like I should be in such a better position in my life, and life just wasn't going the way that it was supposed to be going for me. I gave up. Like, child, I gave up. I tried so hard to make sure that I was doing everything I could to survive. Like, I didn't want to fail. I always made sure I worked. I always made sure I paid my bills on time. And it just never seemed like it was enough. I wasn't going out. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't clubbing. I wasn't doing any of those things. It just kept feeling like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm literally just surviving. Like, life is just getting harder and harder. And I had a mindset of like, if life's gonna crash down, oh well, because at this point I'm doing everything right and nothing's changing. If it wasn't for my landlord, I probably would have been worse off. She didn't evict me. She let me set up a payment plan without it going on record, and I will forever be appreciative to that, because she didn't have to do that. I originally had a plan of like, oh, I'm gonna just stay in Kansas for 1 more year. I'm gonna save up as much as I can, and then December 2025 I'll move. And my original plan was to go to North Carolina. Things in life just kept happening, and I was just like, I cannot be here for another year. I cannot, because what is here for me? What is here for me? I didn't feel like I had strong friendships. I didn't feel like I had strong family support. I didn't feel like anybody cared what I was going through. It became one of those things of like, okay, you're an adult. No one's going to save you. You have to save yourself. I was just so sad every single day, and I felt like nobody cared. Life just got to be so heavy, and I just, if I don't feel wanted here, why am I here? If I'm gonna feel alone and feel like I don't have anybody, why don't I feel alone somewhere else? Why don't I go somewhere else? I can go somewhere else where nobody knows me. I can go somewhere else and start over, and I don't have to have the expectations put on people to be there for me, to help me, to do all of these things. And so I left. Not like that though. Let's back up a little bit. I realized that I couldn't go to North Carolina because that's a car heavy place, and I had just lost my car, and I didn't have the money to get a new car. And I was like, I can't go to a different state and struggle. I gotta go to another state where like I can get things done. I remember that Portland, Oregon was my second choice, and so I was like, okay, I hear they got transportation there. That might be helpful. I did like some light research. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know how to research. I set up a bunch of job interviews, literally was Indeeding my behind off. I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put all my stuff in storage. I'm gonna book a one-way ticket, and I'm just gonna fly. I'm gonna fly to Portland, and I'm gonna do all these job interviews. One of them is gonna take me, and then after that, we'll go from there. But I'm not coming back. I'm flying there, and I'm staying. My plan was to vlog this because I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good journey, blah, blah, blah. But if I'm being completely honest, I low-key was like terrified, because I'm type A and I always have a plan. And this was crazy. This was reckless. And I low-key, I don't think, believed that it was gonna actually work to the fullest extent. And so I didn't actually start vlogging the experience until day 3. And so I'm gonna insert that here. So I'm realizing that the orientation of these videos are the wrong way. I learned later during Vlogmas that you have to turn your phone a different way for it to be the correct way for YouTube. But obviously these clips are from a very, very long time ago, and so the orientation is not the correct way. During these clips, it's just me exploring Portland. This was my first time coming here. I got an Airbnb in Vancouver, and I didn't really know my way around at all, navigating job interviews and just different things like that. Good morning, good morning. Day 3. I'm just now recording, which I should have recorded a long time ago, but whatever. I'm up, about to go to my interview this morning. All I got today is just the interview, and then later in the day, I'm gonna go tour an apartment, and then that's it. I'm a little, I don't know, I'm trying to stay positive. I had a hiccup yesterday. I learned that I needed some type of verification background thing to be able to work in Oregon. It's like a fingerprint thing, which we do a fingerprint in Kansas, but you can still like start a job and they just like give you 30 days to get it together. But here in Oregon, they not even gonna let you work until it's already done. Like you have to have it done before. That's my bad. That's what happens when you don't research properly. I guess those are the type of things you're supposed to research. I don't really know how to research, so of course I missed that. I applied for it this morning, but it's a lengthy process. I'm a little discouraged because it kind of messes up my whole plan here. Like I was hoping to just like get a job and just like get it going, you know. And it sucks because yesterday I was offered a job at one of my interviews, but I can't accept it because I don't have the background, you know. Every state's different though, so you know, like I said, that's my fault for not looking into that. I just assumed that, you know, any trainings you needed or any fingerprints you needed, like that was just, you do that after you got hired. So yeah, I don't want to make this a long clip, so I'll check in later. TTFN. Ta-ta. I can't even do it. Ta-ta for now. Oh great, 2 people are walking towards me. This is gonna be fun. I did not go to the interview because the area is just, I don't like the area. I don't even know to this day, and I've been living here for 8 months, I don't even know what part of town that interview was at. I was so lost when I first came here. I remember where the Max took me when I got off, like it was like all gravel and like there was no people around, and then I had to like go through like this weird tunnel, like just the road to get to where I was going. I did not feel comfortable, and then it smelled really bad over there, and it just was really far out, and I was like, no. I was low-key really scared, and so I ended up emailing the person and just being like, I'm actually not going to come, because yeah, it just, I didn't feel good about it, and I didn't feel safe, and so I decided not to go. I just finished eating at Burgerville, I think that's what that place was called. Oh, okay, come through, light. It was pretty good. I liked it. Yesterday I tried a place called Hit the Spot, and that place was better than Burgerville, but it was still good. I kind of sat in there for a little bit and just kind of decompressed. This whole adventure that I'm on is a little overwhelming, and I just don't know, I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm trying to be brave, and it's a lot of things going on in my mind. I'm on my way to a bookstore. Thought I would explore some books. I have an appointment to look at an apartment later. I think I said that earlier, but it's not for a while. So to kill some time, I'm just going to look at some books and check out this bookstore that I've heard good things about. Where I am now, like public transportation is like big here, and so I have been trying to learn the whole system, and it requires me to read a map. So I've been sucky at it, and I already had like a whole breakdown earlier because I successfully got on the first bus, but then once I got off that bus, I was supposed to transfer to a train, and I ended up going in the wrong direction, and I ended up missing it, and it was like a whole thing, and I was like freaking out because I was like, I'm gonna be late to my interview, and I had a whole meltdown. I just keep getting in the wrong spot and going the wrong places. Hello. And things like that. Biker. Hope that I can do it good this time, even though the bookstore I'm about to go to only requires one bus. I don't gotta do no connecting, so I should be okay. It's when I gotta connect and I gotta make the second one before it leaves where like it gets a little dicey. TTFN. Ta-ta for now. I made it off the bus with no problems.
walking to the bookstore now. I love being able to walk everywhere. I've always wanted to live somewhere where I could walk everywhere. I love the public transportation. I've always wanted to live somewhere where there was abundance of public transportation.
What?
That's why I always loved the idea of New York, but I would never live in New York because I don't got what it takes to be a New Yorker. There's definitely some pros here, but overall, I mean, I'm only 3 days in. I don't know. Oh, I see the bookstore. But, you know, I'm going to keep giving it a chance, and we'll figure it out from there. Jesus. Oh, that bookstore was very much overwhelming. Pretty sure the way I came in is not even the way I came out. That wasn't it. That was like the biggest bookstore I've ever seen in my entire life. Look where I am. I'm just walking so I can like decompress because like my head like exploded. That was a lot about how to get to the area of the apartment complex. But I definitely want to come back here and explore a little bit more. The train is hot. It's sweating. Well, life update. The apartment didn't go as planned. It was awful. It was small. The price that was on the web, the apartment finder, was not the price that they were giving, and chalked this up to an adventure, a ballsy adventure that just didn't work out. Guess back to Kansas I go. All right, it's the end of day 3. I'm wrapping this up, waiting on a bus to go back to the house. Things just got depressing after a while, and I just gotta go home and just think about some things. Just need to regroup, pray about it a little bit, and go from there.
Day 3 was just, it didn't go the way I thought it was, because I remember that was my last in job interview for the week that I had set up. And then on it, because all of my job interviews was like on day 1 and 2, and they all went great. Like they were offering me jobs, but I didn't know about the whole CBR fingerprint thing, and so that kind of threw me back. And then I was trying to figure out, like, should I get a regular job or should I just like go back home and figure it out from there. And I was really discouraged after that apartment tour, and it was either too much money or it wasn't advertised the way it was supposed to advertise. Half the apartments here don't even have real kitchens, and then y'all don't believe in air conditioning. So like it was just like, what is going on? And so I was just really discouraged, and I think I spent 2 days, I wasted 2 days crying because I was just like, great, this was for nothing. I wasted money to come here, blah blah blah.
Good evening or afternoon. It's one of the two. This is my first time coming outside today. It's been, I think, 2 days since our last video vlogged. Yesterday I was kind of down in the dumps and a little depressed just with how things are turning out here. Then today I just, was feeling it even worse. Cried a little bit, but I prayed about it. I watched church, and I'm choosing to keep moving forward. I'm here for 3 more days. Well, I have my Airbnb for 3 more days, and after that, I have a choice. I can try to get another Airbnb for another week and keep going, or I can go back to Kansas and, figure it out. I don't really know which one I'm doing yet, but for these next few days, I'm going to try to just be positive and just really try to make the best of a situation I wasn't expecting.
And then literally the day I was like packing, the current job I work now called me and asked for a phone interview, and I'm literally packing. Like my plane ride or whatever was like that morning, like later in that morning. And so I did like a quick phone interview, and after the phone interview they asked for like an in-person one, but I was like, oh, I'm actually getting on the plane, I can't. And so then they were like, it's okay, we'll do a virtual one or whatever. And I guess in that moment I probably could have canceled my plane ticket and stayed, but I just didn't think it was gonna. I thought I was a little like underqualified for the job, to be completely honest. And so I didn't believe in myself. I just was like, yeah, I'll do a virtual interview, but you don't have to wait till I get back to Kansas. And so I came back to Kansas. I stayed with family, and I had that job interview virtually. And honestly, I didn't think it went very well. It was very hard to decipher if I did a great job. The questions were very hard, and I just felt like I did not answer them to the best of my ability. But apparently I did great, because not even like an hour later, I was offered the job. So then, yay! Got the job! I got the job! Hey! I got the job! Hey.
Well, that's my story. Part 1 anyway. And to some people it felt like I was running away from all my problems. And maybe I probably was running away. But I didn't care. I just felt like I needed to go. I needed to start over. The urgency was there. I needed to. I wasn't in love with Portland, but Portland was a destination that wasn't Kansas. And so I took that destination. I had 2 weeks to get back to Portland before my new job began. And boy, was that a ride. I had very limited funds. In all hindsight, I probably should have stayed in Portland the first time and not even have come back to Kansas. But like I said, I didn't even believe that this crazy ride was going to actually work. So yeah, 2 weeks to get back with not a lot of funds. That's a story. But that's a story I'm not going to tell you right now because this video is already too long. So I guess you'll just have to come back for part 2. So until then, I'll see you then. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.